Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Jonathan Big Tech Johnson. Uh, here we go. Season opener. I really consider Sunday. That's when football is played. Thursday, that was a good game. If you was, especially if you wasn't a New England Patriots fan. But season opener is 2017, and it's my first edition for everything football during the actual football season. I started, right a couple of days before the Super Bowl, back in February. So we started here in the regular season, opening the day. Not much, a few more minutes until we actually till kickoff comes. Uh, Looking forward to it. I'm gonna probably be all over the place with this particular one, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you my picks on what I think and who I think is going to make it to the playoffs, and everything. Who's going to win the win their conference and everything. Hopefully, and whoever's going to get into the playoffs and whatnot, and try to make that the Super Bowl, make that Super Bowl run. I don't try to make no picks for no Super Bowl right now. Gotta wait because you just never can tell with injuries or anything like that what goes on with these particular teams. Uh, Basically starting with AS, I'm gonna start with the since I'm an NFC guy. I always have been an NFC guy. I start off with NFC East. I got Cowboys winning the East. I got I got them winning the East. I still, they have a formidable. People keep talking about the schedule. I'm like, they have the real deal. They have three Pro Bowlers at the skill positions. You got a quarterback, rookie who had a nice year, a running back, as long as he stays up out of trouble, and you got Dez Bryant, as long as he stays healthy. These guys stay healthy and do what they need to do and whatnot. Do it, do everything that they basically need to do. They will be fine. I don't know if they're going to go 13-3, maybe 12-4. I wouldn't be surprised with 11-5 record because they got a tough schedule. But I still see them coming up out of the East. I think they may have gotten better with defense. We'll see. I think the guy that Taco, and then with the linebacker who was hurt from out of Notre Dame, uh, should make some damage. They should do something. They strengthen up in that secondary. They should be fine. Um, I got obviously Green Bay coming out of the North. Got Green Bay coming out of the North with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is always a threat. That's guy 4,000 yards, 35 to 40 touchdowns. He's gonna carry that team. If they just got if they have any kind of defense, any kind of defense. I'm tired of hearing all this stuff about Clay Matthews. To me, has been overrated for quite some time. He had his first couple of years. Okay, I give him that, but over the last few years, he's been a subpar linebacker, in my opinion. You know, and if you play linebacker, I don't care if you're outside or inside, you can't go a game without a whole tackle. He lost major points to me when he did. I think that was the year before last. If they get any kind of defense, there's something to watch. You got to deal with them. There's something you have to deal with. See, they're definitely coming out of the North. Detroit giving all that money to Stafford. I mean, Stafford's a good quarterback, but not that amount of money. I don't care who sets the market. I have no idea, but it's absolutely ridiculous. Too much money. They need defense. They need playmakers, and you can't give them just all your money to one guy. This is not a Bugs Bunny show where he hikes the ball to himself, throws the ball to himself, scores a touchdown, and then tackles himself. It's comical. Out of the South, eh, eh, I want to say Atlanta, and I keep thinking of the hangover because teams can have this hangover. But they got Julio Jones, they got Matt Ryan, they got some nice backs. They up and coming. I see them getting the South again. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens and everything like that. And like I said, I don't know what's going on with New Orleans. Drew Brees, we'll see what ends up happening with him. Still an elite quarterback, but at the same time, it's like you got Adrian Peterson back there with Ingram. You still got to do something with your defense. Something still got to get done with the defense. So we'll see what happens with that. But I got Atlanta coming out of the South. I have the NFC West, Seattle, obviously. That's who I have. I have Seattle coming out of there. Those are my picks for as far as the conference is concerned and whatnot. Uh, I got Dallas probably being maybe a second seed, first or second seed. It depends. And Atlanta, almost like a repeat performance of the way I look at it last year, in my opinion. Basically, you know, maybe. We'll see what happens though. Like I said, I got almost like a repeat performance. Uh, have them guys doing that. Uh, I honestly think that You're going to have like your Seattle's, your wild cards probably. Uh, I don't know. Definitely I see Carolina in there as a wild card. I see them as I see them basically as a wild card. Uh, you know, and of course I think probably Arizona. You know, in Arizona, and shoot, let me see. I said the Atlanta, Atlanta, Green Bay, uh, Carolina, you know, uh, Carolina, and possibly, like I said, in the Seahawks, and we'll see, we'll see, man. I mean, you may have to watch Philadelphia. I mean, I think Philadelphia is going to be the up and coming team. I still, I'm not really so. Giants have the defense. I might have to switch up that pick. Giants still have their defense. We'll see. I just take the Giants over that situation. I think the Giants are going to probably be hanging around up in that wild card spot. So we'll see what ends up happening with those particular teams there. Uh, we'll see what ends up happening. It was kind of my picks from the NFC side of it and everything. AFCs, New England's coming out of the AFCs. This one, the AFC North is rugged. It's getting rugged. You got bumped between the Ravens, Steelers, and the Bengals. Bengals might do some damage. They have to. I think Marvin Lewis is on the hot spot. He has to get something done. He has to, enough of the one and done stuff. He has to get it done. He has to get it done. Andy Dalton he got to go ahead and do his thing. He has AJ Green. He got that kid Mixon. He stays out of trouble. That kid's going to be a nice addition to who already got back there as well. Burford said them guys got to stay out of trouble. Their defense, they just, they got to get it. It comes back down to coaching because Cincinnati's always had nice talent. They just can never get it done when it comes to them playoffs. But as far as the North is concerned, I'm taking Pittsburgh. I'm taking Pittsburgh out of the North. Out of the South, I'm taking Tennessee. They got two backs. Marcus Mariota playing that ball. They got some decent receivers and everything. We'll see what happens with those guys. I think honestly got them coming up out of there. And then of course you got I think I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say the Raiders. I just think I'm gonna say the Raiders out in the West. 1 and 2 seed probably more than likely. That's probably going to be your top seeds or whatever. Of course, New England, and I think in Pittsburgh. New England, and Pittsburgh. Uh, other ones, of course, you're going to, of course, the Chiefs. Like I said, I mean, the Raiders and probably Raiders, Chiefs, and I don't know, man. I may have to go with Cincinnati. I'm not. I mean, I'm not. People saying about the Texans, but we're gonna have to see about the Texans and everything. We'll have to see. I mean, I still, we're gonna have to see. Still, they have a nice defense. We're still going to see how they're going to deal with this quarterback situation and what's going to happen with them. But I honestly think those are some of the teams that I'm gonna kind of deal with there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, dealing with like I said, dealing with New England, Pittsburgh, uh, like I said, possibly like Tennessee and probably the Raiders. And I got Kansas City. I got Kansas City and Kansas City and possibly oh man, it's hard. Kansas City and the Texans. That's kind of gonna be my six over there. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see what happens with that situation there about the different picks and everything. But I wouldn't be surprised if a team like New England gets knocked out, even in home field advantage. I just think that it's gonna be time. It's almost time. Brady's 40. Is quarterbacks go off the cliff fast, and we'll see what happens with him because he's 40. And people can see, you can talk about Tom Brady's diet. You can talk about all these things, this, that, and the other. The one opponent I know that is undefeated when it comes to any sports is Father Time. Undefeated. When it's your time, and a lot of times with quarterbacks and then running backs, you go off the cliff fast. You can have that great year where you think you're at your pinnacle, and then you go coming back to play that next year, and you go down the hill. It's like Peyton Manning was up here at 1 second, is up here. Next thing you know, Peyton Manning all of a sudden his arm is shot. And it wasn't for the great defense, they wouldn't have won. He gave the last shot that he had to get them basically in the Super Bowl, and that's just that exemplifies what kind of guy he is anyway. But yeah, so those are going to be my picks for this year and stuff and whatnot. So we'll see how that all pans out. It might, but you got injuries, you got jokers getting suspended. Anything can happen in the midst of the season. So I'm just going along playing these picks and stuff like that. But we'll see how it ends up working out. All right, y'all stay tuned. I still got more to come. All right, talk to you later.